Welcome to Teach Yourself About Sleep. This video is the second in a series of videos on the topic of sleep. What is sleep? We think it is easy to say whether somebody is sleeping or not. And if you look at this animal, it's rather obvious. The animal lies still with closed eyes and the body muscles seem to be relaxed. However, if you look at this animal, it's less obvious. So the behavioral signs can give a good suggestion about the vigilant state, but cannot give the final answer whether the behavioral state is sleep or not. In sleep, the contact with environment diminishes, which can be verified by introducing a stimulus. A more intense stimulus is needed in order to get a reaction from a sleeper than from a waking person. The golden standard for defining sleep is electroencephalography, EEG, with typical waveforms that appear in sleep. Sleep is one of the homeostatically regulated body functions like hunger and thirst. In case of sleep, it means that a longer than normal period of wakefulness is followed by a longer and more intense sleep. Many behavioral signs, particularly immobility, are typical for the state of sleep. The most reliable indication of sleep can be obtained from EEG recording. It is important to understand that sleep does not inactivate brain. Immobility of the muscles does not mean inactivity of the brain. The state of cortical activity can be observed in EEG recordings, while the other signs of sleep do not allow evaluation of this function. In human EEG recordings, we can observe three main states: waking, non-REM sleep, and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is further divided to three states: S1, S2, and S3. Waking is characterized by low amplitude, high frequency electric activity, while in non-REM sleep the frequency of the wave is lower and the amplitude is higher. The state is characterized by large slow waves called also delta waves. In REM sleep, the EEG looks identical to that of waking, high frequency, low amplitude waves. Some special features like sleep spindles and K complexes can be observed in certain sleep stages. Here is awake state, non-REM, and REM sleep. Hypnogram can be described as a choreography of sleep. From this choreography, we can see that slow wave sleep, particularly the deep S3 sleep, is slept in the beginning of the night, while REM sleep is slept in the end of the sleep period. Sleep proceeds always in the same order. It begins from the high vigilance state of waking, goes to light sleep phases 1 and 2, and then 3, and from there to REM sleep, which again is a state of high cortical activity. One entity that includes all sleep states is called a sleep cycle, and in humans its duration is about 90 minutes. Sleep homeostasis means that the brain has a mechanism to keep count for how long we have been awake and adjust the time in sleep accordingly. This is one of the core features of sleep. We think that sleep serves predominantly, but not solely, the functions of brain. But what does the brain do during sleep? We believe that the main activities are connected to information processing. The internal information processing is facilitated by the lack of incoming new information, so the brain can concentrate on processing the data that has been acquired during the waking. However, the processing of information is not similar as in waking, as suggested by the fact that the combination of neurotransmitters that serve information processing in the cortex is very different during waking and sleep. Presently, we think that the main brain functions of sleep are memory consolidation, integration of new memories to existing memory traces, and regulation of neural homeostasis. But sleep is not only for the brain, but also for the body. The body goes through many physiological changes during sleep. In non-REM sleep, body functions are silenced, heart rate and blood pressure decrease, breathing is peaceful, and muscles relax. Body temperature decreases and brain circulation decreases. During REM sleep, breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure become irregular, temperature regulation is not functional, and muscles are paralyzed. Erections appear also during REM sleep. Insufficient sleep adversely affects both brain and body functions. In summary, sleep is a state where contact with environment is compromised. In sleep, brain goes through regular and specific activity patterns that can be observed in EEG recordings. Brain can detect insufficient sleep and correct it by inducing extra sleep. This means that sleep is homeostatically regulated. Sleep is not only for brain. Many body functions also need sleep. So, sleep well.